The case of the disappearing homework. It was a perfectly normal Monday at Slothville High, well, as normal as things ever got. The cafeteria served its signature unidentifiable mush, lockers occasionally popped open by themselves, and the Wi-Fi worked only when you didn't need it. But for one unfortunate teen named Max, things were about to get weirder. Max had always been a bit of a disaster when it came to school. His locker was a black hole for papers, his math book was missing half the pages, and every time he finished his homework, something strange happened. It disappeared. "I'm telling you, Mrs. Gloom," Max pleaded to his math teacher, a stern woman who had the personality of a haunted house, "I did the homework. It was right here in my backpack this morning." Mrs. Gloom raised a single eyebrow. It was her signature move, reserved for students she thought were lying or about to combust. "And what, pray tell, happened to it? Did it grow legs and walk away?" Max hesitated. He wasn't entirely sure that wasn't the case. After all, this was Slothville. Well, it might have. Mrs. Gloom sighed deeply. "Another 0 for you, Max. This is the third time this month." Max slumped back in his chair, defeated. It was true, his homework had been vanishing. Last week, his history report dissolved into a pile of glitter right in front of him. And just yesterday, his science project turned into a pancake. With syrup. Delicious, but not very scientific. Determined to solve the mystery, Max called in reinforcements, his best friends, Jenny and Leo. Jenny was a tech genius who could reprogram the school's broken vending machine with a toothpick, and Leo. Well, Leo was really good at eating snacks. "Max, have you considered the possibility that your homework is being abducted by aliens?" Jenny asked seriously as she adjusted her neon pink glasses. "Or, Leo said through a mouthful of chips, maybe it's just cursed." "Thanks for the optimism, guys," Max said, rolling his eyes. "But I need real solutions. Mrs. Gloom's going to turn me into a homework zombie if I don't figure this out." Jenny pulled out her laptop, its screen flashing with a program she'd created herself, Homework Tracker 9000. "Okay, so the pattern is, your homework vanishes when you're not looking. Which means it could be some sort of interdimensional creature." Leo nodded sagely. "I hear those are attracted to algebra." Max groaned. "Can we focus? I'm failing math." After an hour of brainstorming, the trio decided to set a trap. That night, Max spread out his math homework on the dining room table, right under the chandelier where he could see everything. Jenny rigged up a surveillance camera, and Leo sat on the couch with a plate of nachos, ready for anything. The night passed quietly. Too quietly. Just as Max was about to give up, there was a loud pop. A bright flash lit up the room, and standing in front of them was a small, furry creature. It had the body of a squirrel, the tail of a raccoon, and an expression that clearly said, "Oops." "I knew it!" Jenny shouted, jumping up from behind her laptop. "Interdimensional homework thief." The creature blinked at them with big, guilty eyes, then snatched Max's math homework and stuffed it into its tiny backpack. "Hey!" Max shouted. "That's my homework. I stayed up all night not doing it so it wouldn't get stolen." The creature squeaked nervously and waved a tiny paw. In an instant, a glowing portal appeared behind it. "Oh no, you don't!" Max yelled, lunging for the squirrel thing. But it was too late. The creature disappeared into the portal, taking Max's homework with it. For a moment, everything was silent. Then the portal reappeared. The creature stuck its head back out, dropped Max's homework, now neatly completed with all the answers, and gave them a thumbs up before disappearing for good. Max stared down at the paper. Did it just do my homework for me?" Jenny laughed. "Looks like you've got an interdimensional tutor." "You're welcome." Leo picked up a nacho, completely unfazed. "Cool. So what's the creature gonna do for my biology test next week?" Max sighed. Slothville High was never boring. But maybe, just maybe, he'd finally pass math. That is, as long as his new squirrel tutor didn't get distracted by the next shiny thing it found. The end.